Guys, I want you to fail first. Okay, yes, I said that correctly. I want you to fail first. And what I mean by that is before you hit me up, before you even consider like, hey, what's this thing that you're doing? Can you coach me? Can you, great, that's cool. I want you to fail first. And I've learned that until you go and try this on your own, until you go and fall on your freaking face, you're never going to appreciate what I'm doing. And so I'm going to give you two examples of this, okay? Actually, a couple examples. So the first example, and I learned this is back when I did door-to-door sales and we started training reps, and we would get them and would say, hey, here's the process, okay? You're gonna come out and the very first day, you're gonna shadow Nick and you're gonna see a sale. You're gonna watch it from start to finish, you're gonna see a sale, okay? The next day, you're gonna shadow, the other manager, his name is Curtis. You're gonna shadow Curtis, okay? And then day 3, we're gonna let you go on your own and go from there. And what we realized is that those first couple days, because they had never failed, they had no context. They didn't appreciate it. They weren't even listening. I remember there's one guy, I kid you not, he was Snapchatting while I was sitting at the closing table. I was so freaking pissed off because he about ruined the deal. And so what we said, I said, look, dude, we got to start changing this up. And we started realizing like, we're going to feed people to wolves. We're going to just push them out the door. We're going to drop them off in a neighborhood. We're going to give them a basic pitch. We're not going to leave them completely unarmed, but we're going to let them go and fail first. Because guess what? When they fail, when they get the door slammed on them, when they get the F you and they get off my porch and screw you, all that, the cops called on them, day 1, day 2, guess what? When they shadow me day 3, they're going to be paying attention. They're going to see, oh, that's what I got shut down at that point. How did he not? Or this happened to me. How come it's not happening to him? And they'll actually have the questions. So what I've realized, and a couple examples of this with my program, what I teach, is I had a lady and she didn't ever reach out to me, but she reached out to me eventually and we got on a call and she's like, hey, I need some help. And she said, I got in your free group and I saw kind of what you're doing and I just assumed like, I'll just go do it myself and I'll save the money and all this different stuff. And I said, that's fine. Like, that's cool. She's like, yeah, but I went and I even hired an ads guy. I wanted to do this right. And she's like, and he spent $1,500 of my money on ads and here I am with no deal. And what's the price of this thing? Let's do this. And so what I'm telling you is that until you fail, you're not going to appreciate anything that I'm teaching, okay? So if you're watching my videos, what I encourage you to do is go test it. Go and try to get a deal. Go and try and pick a niche. Go and try and call a business owner. Go and try and get a credit card, okay? Go and try and do it on your own and see how it is. And you know what the reality is? Can you figure it out on your own? Of course you can, okay? I did, and I don't think I'm the smartest guy in the world. However, I've been doing it for 2.5 years, just this one process, and I've spent $1.2 million on ads, okay? That said, I want you to go fail because until you do, you'll never appreciate what I'm doing. You will never do it. You'll think in your head, well, this is cool, but I could have done this on my own. Go do it on your own. Go try it on your own first, and then you'll see the value. And I had a guy in my program, and what was funny is this is a couple months ago, this is about 3 months ago, he reached out to me, filled out an application. He said, hey, let's talk, right? And I said, okay, let's chat. We just had set a day to talk, and he messaged me and said, hey man, kind of having second thoughts. He's like, I honestly just feel like I just need to just go do it. And then we'll talk. Like, and I was like, dude, that's fine. Go and do it. Like, that's cool. And 3 days later, he messaged me and said, hey, look, man, let's jump on the phone. He's like, I don't want to like spend the time, waste the money on ads and all the other things if I can speed this up. So a couple days later, we hopped on a call, and that guy, I remember, at this point, by the way, this guy's doing over 10K. And if you guys would like to see who that guy is, go look in the Facebook group. Like the case study's in there. His name's Neil. And he ended up joining the program, and the guy's doing over 10K now. And at the time of recording this, it's been 3.5 months, and he was at nothing, okay? 2 examples, okay? One person that's like, hey, I'm gonna do this on my own, and they went and spent $1,500, which again, I think that was probably the best $1,500 that person ever spent, because she realized, hey, this is harder than it looks. It ain't just, going in and Google and do. Like, you actually have to know what you're doing, okay? So my advice for you is this. Before we get too down the rabbit hole here, go and take one of these videos when I'm telling you to do something. Go and try it. I'm telling you what niches to go into. I'm telling you the process. I'm giving you the pieces. I'm not going into full detail. No, I'm not. But I'm giving you the piece. I'm saying, hey, this is what I do. Now I want you to go and try it. And until you do, you're never going to appreciate what I'm doing. And so that's why when you're talking to business owners, the ones that have tried HomeAdvisor, the ones that have gone and tried to do Google on their own, the one that have tried to set up their own ads and do all these things, when you get on the phone with them and you tell them what you can do, and you can tell, hey, I'm going to give you exclusive leads, you don't have to worry about any of it. Those people are the easiest people to sell because they get it. They know that it's not as easy as it looks, because on paper it looks like you're just doing a couple things on a keyboard and it's magically appearing. And maybe for you that's how it is, but guess what, guys? It's not. Like, this, because it's easy for you doesn't mean it's not worth anything. So the lesson to take here is I want you to fail. Okay. And I know that sounds terrible. I know that sounds wrong. And you probably thought that this was clickbait, and I actually didn't mean that. I do. I want you to fail, because until you do, you will never appreciate what I'm doing, and you'll never realize that, hey, this guy's been doing this for 2.5 years, just this one process. I've been doing Rank and Rent for 6, but I've been doing this one process for 2.5 years. I spent $1.2 million on ads. I've hired people I shouldn't have hired. I've fired people I probably should have fired way earlier. I've rented office space I shouldn't have rented. I've went into niches I shouldn't have done. I've done all the things wrong so that I could get to this point. So I want you to fail, and that means you need to go and test this out. And the other thing is, like, if you're watching this channel and you're not doing anything, you're not taking any of the advice, why are you watching it? Like, why, at what point are you gonna keep consuming stuff and not do anything? You got one life, man. You got one freaking life. We all got the same amount of time, and some of you guys are just consuming. You're not doing anything, okay? And I want you to do something, because if I can help you make money, as Grant Cardone says, you wanna keep a customer for life, make them money. My entire goal with everything I do is to make people money, because that's how I win. Okay, so guys, go take something, go fail, and then you'll appreciate what I'm doing, and we can talk then.